Hey everybody, hope all is well. I'm out here working on the big van again. Sorry about the sun behind my head like that. But today I took out of the little van. I got this for Christmas. It's wonderful. It's an HLN brand. I believe they use those at the dealerships and put them in the big rigs at the dealerships. And I figured if they're selling millions of these a year, must be quality. So when I was asked what I wanted for Christmas, that's what I stated, and that's what I got. Anyway, not sponsored or nothing. It was just a Christmas present. It's been in a little van since New Year's Eve, and it's been wonderful. I love it. So it's going in a big van. I've already taken it out, took all the hoses off, got my turret mount and everything ready. And I've already brought the mount back and drew me a circle. I drilled me a pilot hole right there. I'm fitting to make it a little bit bigger, and I'm gonna cut that circle out. That way this fits right down in it. I tried mounting a diesel heater before without one of those turret mounts. You know, just 3 little holes, one for the intake, one for the exhaust, and one for the fuel line. It makes it a royal pain in the rear to get those hose clamps tightened up under the van in a tight spot. So this just makes it easier, in my opinion. There's many others out there who feel the same way. Not too big of a fan of putting a 6-inch hole in the floor. But as I stated, it makes it a lot easier to install and maintain later on. So that's what I'm doing. I'm fitting to get the jigsaw plugged up and cut me a big hole in the floor of the van. You'll see some progress here in just a moment. And there we have it. A big scary hole in my floor. But that mounting plate fits right in, so I'm gonna go ahead and attach it back to the heater, and we're gonna install this bad boy. Just a few nuts and bolts, puts that on, then I can put the exhaust and the air intake back on it and some fuel line on there. Then I just guide it right down through the hole, connect the fuel line on the outside, prime it up, fire it up, and test it. We'll see how it works. And there we have it. Exhaust pipe on, fuel inlet, air inlet. Now it's ready to go through the hole. And there it is, in the hole. Next I'm going to drill me a couple holes in the floor to screw it down to, and then I'll pick it back up, put some squeezy goop around the hole to seal it, tighten it on down, then I'll hook up the fuel line and the wiring and test it. And just a tip right quick, something I learned. I would drill those holes before putting the mounting plate and the heater together, because I had to take it out and do it all over. Anyway, I got my holes drilled. Now I'm going to put some of this non-skinning Extra Bond premium grade butyl sealant on it. That's the stuff I used on the cable entry housings on the roof, and I'm going to put that under this. That way it gives it a good seal. We'll see what I'm talking about in just a minute. And there we have it, all around the hole, and I even put it around the screw holes just to be a double sure. And now we're going to flip it over and put it in that hole and try not to get that stuff everywhere. We'll see how this comes out. And there she is, all installed, sitting pretty. Next I'm going to get up under there and put in the fuel line, connect that fuel pump wire, and we're going to test it. If all works as it should, then I'll be mounting a jerry can to the back door of the van. I really hate to put holes in the door, but that's how you get things to hold things. Anyway, I'll show you if it works or not here in just a moment. Here's what it looks like underneath. I'm probably gonna tuck my air filter up in here, probably mount the exhaust right up there somewhere. The fuel pump's probably gonna go right here. And look who came to see me. My cute little doggy. Say hi to people. Alright, go on. But yeah. Tell you what. It's dirty, but it's solid. And there's room for a tank right there, I tell you what. Yep. But I'm gonna get to putting this stuff in. I'll be back in just a moment. Alright, here we go. Got it all wired up. Take a look at this. There's my heater. There's a bunch of wire I got to coil back up. And I got it to the battery. We're going to play with the controller. Okay, that wasn't it. Press and hold this button. Fast. On. That's how you prime the fuel line on these HLNs. Or so, that's what they told me. So it is on. It's on fast. So we're gonna check. There's still a little fuel in the filter. You know what? I know why it ain't doing nothing. This wire. This is the plug that goes to the pump. And I gotta put it on behind it where I can't see. And click, there we go. Okay, now we're gonna try that again. Why ain't it doing anything? There we go. Well, it started clicking. Dadgummit. Alright, you see them little air bubbles in that line? Well, there ain't no air bubbles left anymore. But the pumps are clicking and the heaters are blowing. Oh yeah, you can see it's blowing because of the insulation. I'm just waiting for it to warm up before I call this done. Oh yeah, that's getting warm. Now I ain't got one of them fancy digital thermometers or anything that you could just put in front of the output of these things, but I can feel that that's getting warm. Yep. And here soon, hopefully it'll come ductwork out of a cabinet right there. But there we go. My diesel heater is in and working. Now, I gotta do some cable management. I don't know, I might run them up the wall, across the roof, and down the other side. And we all know I ain't got the gumption for that. I'll probably just strand it across here and coil it up for the time being, and then that's just how it'll be, because you know what? I'll get it later. Anyway, that's the diesel heater. It's installed. I feel much better. Yeah, that was one of my biggest, I don't know if I want to do it yet because of the big hole I had to put in the floor, but I did it to this van too, so let me show you. Big hole in the floor. But hey, this van's ready for a diesel heater. Anyway, that's all for now. I'm gonna find something else to do. I hope all is well, and until next time, happy trails.